roll call of the members by the superintendent, by a reading of the school board prayer by myself, and leading of the Pledge of Allegiance by Joshua Hebert, Vice President.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. Lewis? Here. Mr. Meyer? Mrs. Barra? Here. Ms. Boutin? Mr. Hebert? Here. Mr. Washington? Here. Mrs. Hood?
Here.
Mrs. Arso? Here. Mrs. Dugas? Here. Madam President, you have a quorum.
Gracious Father, as we step into this new school year, we come to you with open hearts, trusting in your goodness and grace. You've entrusted us with the care of these children, and we do not take that lightly. Lord, guide us as leaders to serve with wisdom, humility, and a heart that always seeks what is best for every child. Help us to see beyond numbers and plans, and always remember the faces, the dreams, and the futures we are shaping. We lift up our teachers and staff, renew their strength, fill them with joy, and remind them that their work is planting seeds that will last a lifetime. Watch over every student who walks through the doors. May they feel safe, seen, and supported. Let this year be a year of hope, healing, and unity. In the challenges, give us courage. In the victories, let us give you thanks. And through it all, may we lead in a way that reflects your love and light. We place this school year in your hands, trusting you to do what only you can do. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To agenda. A, adoption of the agenda. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Orso.
Second.
Second by Mr. Washington. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? 3, consent agenda. A, approve minutes of July 16th, 2025 school board meeting, and B, adoption of consent agenda.
Madam President, if all is so ordered, I move that we accept the consent agenda as it is presented.
First by Mr. Lewis.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hebert. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? 4, reports and recognition. We have nothing under that one. 5, policy and procedure. A, approve revisions to policy DJD, expense reimbursement.
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Dada added the request to the superintendent to determine what would be considered, an approved day or excuse. So I just wanted to make sure the board know that the last time we didn't have that provision in the policy, so we added that provision as per the school board request.
Okay. I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Orso, second by Ms. Barris. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on. 6, budget. A, approve 2025-2026 salary schedule. I need a motion.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lewis. Second by Ms. Orso.
Let's do go.
Oh. It's been a long day.
Yeah, putting them boots on the ground, that's what it was.
Any discussion on that one?
We just made sure that we added the salary for, coaching stipends for the elementary schools. So we just kind of mimicked that, and we were consistent from the high school to the middle school to the primary schools as far as the ratios are concerned. And we did also add the $7.25 to $10, that which we all knew that change was coming. So those are the 2 major changes. Ms. Brandy, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, really good move. Thank you, Dr. B. Appreciate it.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? B, approve services agreement between Board of Supervisors of Louisiana State University and Agricultural and Mechanical College on behalf of its Louisiana State University Health Sciences Center, Lessard, and Assumption Parish School Board. I need a motion. Moved by Ms. Orso, second by Ms. Dugas. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. C, approve out-of-state travel and $50 per student stipend to assist AHS FFA members with the cost of competing at the National FFA competition in Indianapolis, Indiana. I need a motion by Ms. Dugas and second by Mr. Abear. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. D, approve contract renewal with Taylor Media Services. I need a motion.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lewis. Second by Mr. Washington. All in favor? Oh, go ahead, discussion.
How long have we been on contract with Taylor?
It's probably, I want to say this is the third year.
It's not something we could do in-house?
Currently, right now, we do not have the staff, but I think this is definitely something that we could possibly make out of class at the high school. But I know technology department, I don't see anyone in our current departments that would take on this additional role, but I think eventually I would like to see our kids having more of like a journalism class and being able to do this work and promote our school system. But as of right now, we do not have anybody in our system currently that can take on the role.
Well, I think we discussed in the past too, adding a budgetary position for a public information officer or a district information officer that could handle this, rather than paying, if we talked about it last year and the year before, rather than paying a firm to do this for us, to have somebody on staff to be our voice and a consistent daily voice. So as a budgetary position in central office, so we need to discuss that again, I think.
Absolutely.
To have somebody be a voice inside, on staff, every day, be consistent with all our sites, rather than, I mean, Taylor does a good job, especially from Ms. Rachel. I know they do a good job producing content for us, but producing content is, I think, something different than what we need. We need to showcase, focus, sell our district, and highlight everything good that we're doing every day, and I think that position would be needed.
I do like the idea of bringing in the kids as well, because I really think that would be, something great and added to that. Absolutely. Okay.
I'll do that upcoming budget.
And this is a contract to pay per job, so we're not, it's just an hourly rate and a project rate, so we're not tied to, I think in here it's just like a per hour rate. Yeah, okay. And they give an hourly rate for,
In addition.
in addition, yeah, okay. Good, okay.
Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? E, authorize the superintendent to hire an accounting firm to carry out the work of the business service director until a director is hired permanently. I need a motion.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Lewis, second by Ms. Dugas. Discussion?
Yes. So we have been working with the State Department on finalizing approval for Ms. Thibodeau. So, but in the meantime, we cannot afford to not have, if that makes sense, a CFO or a firm acting in that capacity. I was provided information by the LDOE to contact other school systems that have this particular position sourced out. So I had a long conversation today with the superintendent of East Feliciana, and she was very pleased with the work of a company coming in, and it would be done, the cost, I guess, once we finish with that, she told me that their cost is associated with the amount of work. So, and then when she added everything up, how much they paid, it was actually less than a CFO if you had them in-house. So, also, I've been in conversations with Dr. Brumley, our state superintendent, as well as Ms. Beth, assistant superintendent over finance for the state. And this is a recommendation that they are asking us to do. Now, eventually, obviously, I feel as though we need to hire somebody in this position. But as of right now, to protect Assumption Parish School System, I think this would be the best choice moving forward until we finish figuring out what's going on as far as how we're going to transcribe some of Ms. Thibodeau's courses. In addition, she needs to go back to school. We want to make sure that we allow her to do that. And if not, we need to open the job back up and advertise to possibly hire a CFO.
It's not uncommon either, especially in interim situations. I mean, I looked it up too, just whenever, we made the switch last time to see how it operates, and it's not uncommon. Yeah.
All in favor?
No.
Okay. Motion passes. 7, facilities and grounds. A, receive update on current projects from Duplantis Design Group, DDG.
Hello, I'm Tommy Eisen with DDG. So I'd like to start with the BioLewis modular site work. The buildings were delivered on July 22nd. Since then, Bioirrigation has been working on the project. They are going to pour, I think I was there yesterday, Sleeka pulled the wires to make the electrical connection, so they should have power to the buildings either maybe today or, as early, it might have happened today. Sidewalks can be poured, weather permitting, sidewalks can be poured for Friday, August 8th. The fire alarm and the public announcement system would be completed Tuesday, August 12th. The ramp construction, we anticipate to be completed August 18th, which is a Monday. As soon as that happens, we're going to have the fire marshal out there to do an inspection, and so the buildings can be occupied. Do we have any questions on that? And then I think the canopy may come after, and that work could be done on a weekend or when there's a break in school, like on Labor Day or something. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So with weather permitting, the sidewalk is going to be poured on August 8th, this Friday. The fire alarm and the PA system will be completed Tuesday, August 12th. And the ramp construction is going to be completed August 18th. Those are anticipated dates from the contractor. And as soon as the ramps are completed, we'll get the fire marshal out there for inspection. The canopy may come after. It takes a while to manufacture those parts. If the ramps are completed August 18th, it could be as early as August 19th. That's how soon the fire marshal can get an inspection out there. Power is already there. Yeah, Sleeka was pulling wires yesterday to make the connections.
Yeah, the pole is up. I think we lost power one night.
Oh, okay.
I think they had hit something. No, it was the water. We lost water.
Water. Yeah, the backflow preventer's there, and Dwayne's reached out to the water company to get the meter, so that the meter should be installed very soon as well.
They've been working.
Yes,
I pass there every day. They've been working.
they had a little,
Saturdays.
the week of July 22nd, the buildings were delivered, and they had a lot of rain that week, so it took a little while for the buildings to be seen together.
What's the plan for the fence?
We're going to have, because it wasn't in the original specs, we're going to have to add the fence around the new building because it wasn't in the original specs that we were actually presented with.
Yeah, because it's awful close to the highway.
Yep, it's
It's got to
absolutely.
be fenced.
Yep. Correct me if I'm wrong, I thought the canopy
Work on Saturdays, they work.
was supposed to be built into the concrete.
It will be. They blocked out the column locations with foam, and after the concrete's poured, they dig out the foam, and then they put the columns into the concrete.
Okay, and then you're going to come back on top of that and kind of seal that into the concrete?
Yes, it's grouted in.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's going to have a nice clean look. It's not going to be, it's going to look like it's been there from the concrete pour.
okay, thank you.
And then for the other projects, the security projects, we're working on the BioLewis primary, or BioLewis elementary security project currently. And then we are drawing the plans currently for the Pierre Part work.
So I think the question is, and I know we gave you a task order to create those site plans, but now that we have this new building, the question is, well, the ask is to include that building into a fenced-in area.
We could do that.
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. B, receive update on current projects from Kazanov's Goodwin Utley Engineers LLC. Sorry about that.
Hi, I'm Robert Utley, mechanical engineer with CGU Engineers. We completed, our contractor completed Building B at the high school with re-air conditioning. That is substantially complete. They have recorded the stamps for completion on it. They are doing punch list items at this point in time. If you walk through there tomorrow, you'll probably see somebody in there putting ceiling tile up in hallways and that kind of thing on that one. We have them still dressing up some stuff. They were picking up garbage and cleaning up the site from when they were doing their work. But all the systems were up and running. They do have some punch list items to go through, like interconnecting it into the controls that are in the two-story addition job, that kind of thing, so that it can be controlled. That building can also be controlled with the big building. All this equipment talks to each other, so it'll give alarms and all that kind of stuff on the display. Nothing screaming or anything, but we'll let you know if you got problems in the AC system, just by looking at the display. So everything's moving along pretty smoothly. They didn't go over time or anything, so we're pretty happy with them so far. Any questions about them? Okay.
Yep.
I have a question, because we did receive an opinion on the grounding of our Weldon area. So are you, correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph, this is the company that made that recommendation, correct?
We are the company, yes, sir.
Because this is also part of what we originally looked at from the school system standpoint. So your recommendation is that we do ground the welding shop? It's not grounded?
I think I'm not the electrical engineer. Brandon
Okay.
Cortez is our
Okay, well,
electrical.
previous question, I
I
apologize.
think his opinion is,
Okay, I apologize. You don't have to.
He does recommend that there be a proper grounding system put on it
Yeah.
to go ahead and by NEC code, the National Electrical Code, to go ahead and follow those standards for grounding of the tables.
Okay.
So that is his recommendation.
Okay, I know it was your company, but I didn't know if it was you. I'm fine, thank you.
I had talked with Brandon about it.
Okay.
So I'm a bit up on what he's proposing.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Good?
Okay, I believe we're still waiting on Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, there's
To-
a little delay coming through the weather, so he'll be here shortly.
Okay, so we'll skip on to D. For now, receive update on current projects from CJ Savoy Consulting Engineers. Mr. Joseph.
All right, good evening. We'll start with Assumption High Building A. I met with the contractor this afternoon. He said he was actually trying to make this evening's meeting. He had a conflicting meeting that he was trying to get out of it, so I haven't heard from him. Last I spoke to him was about an hour ago, and he was still trying to make it. So if he happens to come, if you have questions for him, you can present them to him then. But where we are right now is there has been some drastic changes since the last meeting. He did step up the work quite a bit. We still have a long way to go as far as cleaning up the exterior. The plan right now, though, and the main focus is get the interior finished, as I reiterated numerous times, because we've got to get the kids in there. When I met with him this morning, we did a complete walkthrough of the building as well as the exterior. And the plan is to schedule for a final walkthrough of the interior on August 11th. That is Monday. He sent that, he hasn't even had a moment to send an actual formal request, but that's what we discussed. So I'm going to be sending out an email to the superintendent requesting that we schedule a formal walkthrough on that date, and we will schedule the time around whatever works for everyone at that time. Currently, the HVAC system is 99% complete. All of the systems are up and running. They're currently being tested. There is still balance and testing to be done. However, that does not negate the use of the building. Those are things that can be done on, evenings, after school, weekends, and so forth, testing and balancing of the system. The masons are complete on the exterior brickwork. They are still cleaning up we still have brick pieces and things like that around the building. There are brick walls and stuff that still need to be cleaned and wiped and get a final acid wash. As far as the exterior is concerned, we are still waiting on a couple of windows that actually, when they got damaged in shipment. So right now, the old window is still installed until those come in, so the building is usable. When those windows come in, we'll certainly get them swapped out. If you went to the outside of the building, you'll look up and you'll see there's a section over the breezeways where it still has the Tyvek wrap exposed. We have wall panels to go there, but we swapped out some windows, the damaged windows for that area, because it's easier to change them without that wall panel there. So as soon as those new windows arrive, we can swap those out, put them in place, and then we can put the exterior metal wall panel there and finish that out. Basically, as it stands, he's going to be requesting what's known as a partial substantial completion. And what that does is that will allow you, if acceptable, we would create a punch list on the partial substantial completion, and then you would have some type of secondary agreement to finish out the remaining items that he has in the project. And there's going to have to be some back and forth discussion there. I will be recommending that you involve your legal in that, because that goes beyond engineering at that point. Now you're getting into it. There are allowances in the contract for it, but you're speaking in contractual language and certain agreements, and there will be some concessions that you will have to make because you're taking possession of the building, and there's some concessions that the contractor will have to make because he's reaching the deadline of his completion time on his contract time. So there's going to be some give and take there, and I would recommend that you involve legal in those discussions when that comes, so that we can finalize those documents correctly and have you take possession of the building without putting yourself at risk for anything that you're owed in the contract. With that said, I met with him this afternoon. As I stated, we walked around the exterior. His contract is currently, he has to put it back like he found it, okay? And so he is doing that. They're doing some site grading and so forth. If you went on the, what would be the south side of the building, that's the southern courtyard with the large oak tree, that area during the rainstorms basically became a small swamp. It was greatly improved that when administration was able to get out there, or maintenance was able to get out there and open up some of the drains that were going out. So it did drain temporarily, but now the mud and so forth that was stirred up has gone through there and blocked some of those culverts. We shot some elevations. We do see where we can make some drastic drainage improvements that are needed on both courtyards, both the interior courtyard as well as that courtyard. What I am doing right now is I'm discussing with the contractor to try and separate, okay, look, this is what you're required to do by contract under the price that you've given the school board already, and this would be additional improvements to enhance the drainage or fix the problems that we're seeing with the drainage on site. And then I would come back to you, the board or the administration, and at that point you could make a decision about whether or not you would want to move forward with this contractor while he's got the grading equipment out there to fix the drainage issues that we're seeing. And because there have been some known drainage issues with the interior courtyard. So while we're here, while we've got it dug up, would be an advantageous time to address these. It may also be cost effective because he already has the equipment on site. But we won't know what that final number is until he has a time to assess it. And right now our focus, as I said, is finishing what he's got. With that said, I will touch on the canopy briefly. He did, after the last meeting, if you recall, I brought you the upgraded price to changed that canopy to all aluminum. He has since come back and offered another reduction, and that would be at the tune of $180,000 additional. If you recall prior, it was 200, was right at around $220,000 more. He did come back and remove any profit he would be owed on that upgrade. He is wanting to do it and is offering that. We did table it at the last meeting. It was not rejected. So that is something that can be brought up if you wish to entertain at the next meeting. So that gives you time to think it over. I know there were some other discussions about possibly bringing in just an overall canopy company to do that and some other improvements on the campus. So that will give you time to make that decision. We met today. He is running the conduits to put your sign out. There's a brick monumented electronic sign, double-sided electronic sign that is to go out front. He did begin running the electrical conduits where they needed to be out to that area. So all of that will all be able to be completed without interference with the canopy. But that's where we are. And like I said, come Monday, hopefully we'll be at a point of being able to recommend a partial substantial completion to you and take occupancy of the building, and we can go from there. Are there any questions on that project? I know that one was kind of
Just
front and center.
when you say partial, substantial, what,
Well, on a typical project, when you take or accept substantial completion, you're accepting that he has completed the entire set of plans and specifications to satisfaction with a minor punch list to be attached and completed within 45 days. If you are doing a partial substantial completion, this comes into play when you have large projects such as this, and typically they handle for long-term projects where, okay, I've got multiple buildings to put up and I finished one and they want to make use of that building. Partial substantial completions can be granted to allow you, the owner, use of that portion of the project or facility that is substantially complete and that is completed to your satisfaction. It allows you to take possession of that if you're in a position. It's specifically designed. Partial substantial completion is specifically for these types of reasons. You need the building for students. You need the building to move forward with classrooms. And for whatever reason, we are where we are at the time that we are. At the time we are. So he is focused and gotten that portion of the building to a point of substantial completion, and if it serves your interest to take possession of it because it helps you, you now have a place to put your students, you're not displacing students or having temporary classrooms, then that is the vehicle that allows you to do that. It's called a partial because he still has outstanding contract items such as the sign, such as washing of the roof, cleaning up of the site. There's some signage, if you've seen the renderings that we've done, there's some signage that has to go up on the front of the school. There's still quite a few things to do. I'm not negating that he still has a lot of work to do. However, the focus has always been, let's get these interior classrooms ready. So when we do that walkthrough on the 11th, if we feel we are there, we will be coming with a recommendation of some sort, but I would ask that, again, you involve your legal in that process when it comes to the contract portion of it.
Gotcha. So we can partial substantial the interior with the exterior work still. We don't have to do a building. When you do a partial,
Correct.
it's not per building, it's per
Absolutely.
part of the job.
It can be line itemed.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, it's strictly an option to you all. You are not mandated to do it. You're not, you can stand your ground and, say, look, we have X amount of days to finish whatever needs to be finished, and we don't want to do a partial. It's for your benefit. So I would encourage that when we come with the recommendations, look at what is best for you, for the students, and for your use of the building.
I guess
It is
would-
your building.
I guess it'd be your team to let us know, like, should we just let them finish and then wait till a longer holiday to, have that move done, or do the interior now and then move now? But we have the room. We don't need the classrooms, from what you're saying. We have the room already. We would just they can move in if they needed to, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll talk to legal to kind of get advice as far as what are we obligated or what are we giving up for that? So I'll just,
Just as a reminder, we kind of did a similar mechanism for the field. We did a partial substantial completion because the football team needed to get out there to use it. So anything that's can be utilized for its intended purpose, we kind of set that aside, and then we leave the remainder of the project to be completed. But again, what Mrs. Savoy is going to do is send us the recommendation. I'll work through it with the superintendent and the board members to make sure we're not giving up anything too substantial, and then we'll work with the contractor to make sure the numbers and the timeline adds up. And I don't foresee there being any problem with me working through that to get it done if that's the pleasure of the board.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Mike.
And I apologize, I had removed a project that was completed off the books, and I realized I didn't update my numbering, so when you flip to the next page, that should actually be item number 2. The Assumption High School painting and repairs. The painting work is approximately 80% complete at this point. He's currently changing metal panels on the buildings. We did receive that one inadvertently got damaged. He's already been contacted. He's ordering the panel and getting a price to get that taken care of. Right now, we are waiting. If you look at the back of the gym, or the front of the gym facing the highway, you'll see that there's 2 sections that look like they have structure there. We're waiting on the brake metal panels. There are brake metal panels to come in to give the 3D look, three-dimensional look that you saw, if you remember on the renderings, and they are coming pre-coated in the Assumption High red. And that's why it's taking a little bit longer for them to come in, is because we as soon as the panels got here, we shipped them off to be pre-coated from the manufacturer. And then there's going to be lettering mounted to those, and then they will be bolted to that structure in which you see. And then the painter can then finish the logoing and so forth across to the gray sections of the gym. He's also going to be putting the final coats to the B building and so forth, since we had that was the building we used as a mock-up. You'll see there's some striping there and so forth. And we're going to have, since the striping was not in the original rendering, we're going to hold to that original rendering. That seems to be the consensus. So he's going to come back and recoat over those to get it back to the original coating. But that project is going well. I do have further down on the agenda, he is awaiting the color selection of the interior of the exterior doors that was change ordered at the last meeting. So once that color is selected, he's planning to blow and go and hopefully get this project
I'll tell you, just that it looks great. I mean, the painting. We had a bunch of people from out of town come this past weekend for the festival, and they haven't been on campus in a while, and everybody said it looks great. That was the first thing they noticed, was all the fresh look of the school, and we got so many compliments on that. So that's a good project.
Yes, and it's almost there. So
Yeah.
I think once you see the logo and the letterings and those factors go up, you're really going to kind of get that pop factor that you were looking for. We're almost there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
With that said, the exterior, excuse me.
All the doors gonna be painted, every door, we were there last week, and some of the doors are really bad shape, so I was just wondering if it includes all the doors.
All the doors, it's all of the exterior, it's everything that was included in his contract. In other words, he's not going into the school and picking and choosing doors. So any door that's an exterior door to outside, the interior of it is getting coated. And again, also with the door project, any of those doors that were changed, because there are some of those doors, for instance, leading from your from the main breezeways into the gym, the ones that we discussed where the mortar had failed, those are going to also be coated. So anything that's a new door or a door that received hardware, any of that's all getting coated. And any door that's an exterior door on the campus that got painted on the exterior is going to get a new coat.
I mean,
Thank you.
as soon as the main gym in the front was started to be complete, it was like a totally different campus, and that's been needed for a long time. So,
Yes.
very nice job on that, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. The Assumption High canopy replacement, as it stands right now, the administration was able to put up a temporary canopy. All of the asbestos panels and so forth have been removed. That project is currently on hold until some decisions can be made by the administration. Correct. That's the canopy in the rear of.
Yes, we, after talking to legal, you know, it was like, we don't, currently right now, that project needs to go out for bid and just like, but we don't know the status or the outcome of the front canopy yet. So we were advised that let's figure out what's going to happen with the front canopy because we may have to bid all of the canopies out under one contract versus piecing it together.
Okay. And then last, the Assumption High Welding Shop, you heard from Mr. Utley, they have provided a recommendation. We will get with you all and just, we'll get with administration and let them decide in what direction you all want to go with that.
And it just for the board, so the board can understand why I asked that question to Mr. Robert, it's because we had some information saying that the building was already grounded. So the question is, do we need to ground the building even more so or figure out a different grounding system? So I asked for a recommendation from an electrical engineer to give us, because they will have to do that work. So that's why we have this recommendation in front of us. But it's totally up to the board if we decide to move forward with the grounding of the additional grounding of
Correct.
the
So that you have
building.
an understanding of what's going on there. You have a prefabricated metal building with a metal steel structure. Currently, he's correct, the building is grounded. What's going on is you have individual welding machines, welding stations. I forget how many are in there. I think there's about 20 altogether. And those individual grounding stations currently right now are just grounded to the legs of to the steel structure of the actual building. They should be individual leads, as if you read his recommendation, he's saying the individual leads per code should go back from those welding machines to the actual grounding rod of the building.
Yeah, absolutely. That's,
so-
that's not the way it is now?
No,
Oh,
it's not currently that way.
It's
And there was,
grounded to the
and
building.
look, it's not there's been debate, and I will say this, it was brought to us because of the fact on that particular building that the metal panels were so deteriorated that they couldn't be painted. That was one of the buildings we're actually having to change all of the panels. Part of the reason for that is you do get some electrolysis is going through that grounding, through that building, and it does cause some deterioration. Am I going to sit here and tell you that it caused everything? No.
No cathodic protection.
It didn't cause the complete rust out of the building, but it did contribute.
Yeah.
And so that's why we made those recommendations early on. Lastly, as I have, is the Belrose primary single point entry renovations. That's currently in design. We expect to have preliminary plans ready to administration within approximately 45 days.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Sir,
Joseph.
thank you.
Okay, we're going to go back to C, receive update on current projects from Thompson Luke and Associates LLC.
This is the Pierpont HVAC project.
Good evening, everyone. Everything's going great. Walked to school yesterday, spoke to the contractor on the way over here. They hopefully will have everything finished, ready for me to do a punch list by the end of the month. Currently, right now, on the left side of the building, which there's only the fresh air unit left to hook up, that is in the mechanical room. That entire side's ready for the kids to occupy, so it's good to go. That work is contained to a mechanical room, so won't bother anyone, and they'll do that after hours. They built the corridor, they finished to go into the main building of the French building, and walled it off so the kids can enter through the center part and go to all the left side. 3 more weeks or the end of the month, we should be able to punch out everything and turn over the remainder of the building. So they're hoping by first part of September, we're out of there. contractually, they have till October 30th, so we should, beat their contract by quite a bit.
Awesome.
Everything's
Thank
going
you.
well now. The only thing we're waiting on is one louver, and even if it doesn't show up in time, he can go back later and do that over a weekend, he told me.
Okay.
So everything's starting to line up now.
Now that all the equipment's in the building, it's ready to go.
Equipment's here, it was just late getting here.
Yeah.
We were hoping to have all this done this summer, but equipment delays, but it's here and they're rolling.
I just have one question. The section where the teachers are, remember this building was almost like divided in half?
Correct.
And I know we were working in the newer part of the building, but our teachers were being asked to move, but then again, we say, oh, we're gonna have a lot of work completed in that area so they can move in. So those teachers, it's safe for those kids to go in that area, and it's safe for those teachers to start teaching out of those classrooms?
Yes, sir. It's, I walked it yesterday. It's, they're already in there. It's safe. All the ceilings are back. It's
Okay.
clean. The only thing left is, like I said, in the mechanical room, which is at the far end on the right, the door's locked. They'll go in after hours when the kids leave and finish the final connections.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. E, approve recommendation from engineer on selection of color for interior side of exterior doors to match the red of the exterior doors at Assumption High School. Need a motion
So moved.
by Mr. Aber, second by Ms. Orso. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. F, receive information on proposed public works parking.
I was approached by a police jury, by Mr. Blankenship, and they are requesting I put a copy of a photo in your, no? Is it on, it's attached, okay, it's attached in the agenda?
Yes, sir.
So they have a section across from the maintenance, from the Public Works Department, that they're requesting to use as parking area. And this is just for information, I was approached with this. So you see the Public Works, they're saying that they have a lot of equipment and they have more employees in that area. So they're asking if they could basically carve out a section of our football field or the back of Napoleonville Middle School to have a parking area. So they will maintain it, they will fence it in, they will level it, so on and so forth. This is just for our information, and if the board would like to grant this, definitely we'll get more information as far as, I want to make sure that we're not liable, because if anything happens on a property, make sure that the parish, we get work on it through a MOU, but also the language needs to be in there that we're not liable for anything, anything that may
Or
happen.
harmless.
Yep, so,
Okay.
just for information, unless anyone have any questions.
Thanks, Dr. B. 8, comments and announcements from board members and or administration.
I just want to say, today we had a great day. I know you see a lot of our blue shirts. Again, I want to commend Ms. Rachel and the team that really worked hard in providing a great launch for the beginning of the school year. A lot of our teachers were excited. We saw a lot of smiling faces. And again, Ms. Rachel, I cannot thank you enough for the way the program and everything set. So, yep, we never do. And kudos to our kids. If anyone
yes.
had an opportunity to visit,
Yes.
my God, our band has increased. It's almost doubled in size, and the sounds that I heard coming from the band was phenomenal. So, congratulations to everybody on a job well done on that, and we look forward to starting our school year. Thank you.
It was really a great kickoff there. I think this is one of the best that we've had. It was just, the teachers were so, they were all smiling, they were all happy to be there, and it was really good to see that atmosphere. Really good. While we talked about band, I think you said something about maybe like having a bus this afternoon to bring the kids back from band practice, football practice and stuff.
Yes, ma'am. We're organizing, we have a bus that's going to leave Assumption High School, correct me if I'm wrong, at 4 o'clock p.m. And that bus is specifically for our middle schools, because you know our high school kids, they normally get to and from practices on their own. But this is for the middle school kids, because we did say that we would provide transportation. So we will provide transportation for after-school activities. And it doesn't matter. It could be sports, it could be clubs, or even band. We have a bus, there's several buses that's going in several different directions to bring our middle school kids home. Now, if any high school kid would like to get on it, or for whatever reason, I think we're not going to deny any kid who would like to get on that bus.
Right, they're gonna be allowed to, eighth grader doesn't drive.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think that's a great opportunity for all our kids and transportation back.
Yes, ma'am.
Any more comments or announcements?
Yep, just a short one. We had our Sugar Land Music and Arts Festival this past weekend. We're still analyzing our budget and intake, but it looks like we did even better than last year. So the community came out and showed out again. Mr. Andre and Mr. Jack came out and blessed the festival with a powerful prayer in the morning. And I saw a lot of you guys in the room come out, and it was a complete success again. Miss Rachel even came and spent half the day with us too, volunteering. And thank you very much for that. That's right, yeah. But yeah, it was a very big success again. We're looking forward to year 3. So thank y'all for coming out, and we appreciate you.
Rachel, you really closed it out this morning. You played Boots on the Ground. I saw a lot of you. I think I saw Miss Dot out there doing the Boots on the Ground too. Yeah, you nailed it, girl. I'm telling you, you nailed it. It was good. It was lovely, really good. Well put together. Thank y'all.
Absolutely wonderful. If there's no more comments and announcements, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Abear and second by Ms. Dugas. All in favor? Motion adjourned.